Hey Natural Beauties, hey Natural Beginnings family, welcome to my first live. Give me a second, I'm gonna allow some more viewers to come in before we get started. Let me share the link. If I can figure out how to share the link. Hey Tracy. Just waiting for some more people to join. How you doing today, Tracy? All right, is the sound okay? Is the visual okay? Let me know if everything looks good and sounds good. I'm also on my YouTube as well as the IG. I wasn't gonna do both because it's a lot to look at one time, but it's not too bad right now. Hey, Allie D. Am I saying your name right, Allie D? Thank you so much for joining. This is nerve-wracking. I do not like going live. Like I've done so on my other accounts, on my other IG accounts, because I do several things, but it's my first time going live on this channel and this IG account. But thank you so much for joining. Let's see. So, how are you guys doing today? How is your weekend coming along? It's almost over, right? So, how has your weekend been? Ali. Okay, got it. Ali D. Okay. Okay. It's a perfect example to give a phonetic spelling of it. um, I'm going to give it a few more minutes so some other viewers can join in, and then we will just get started. I didn't really have like a set topic today. I was going to kind of let it be a Q&A, but if it's not a Q&A, I can still use this to talk about some important things regarding starting your hair journey. If you're just starting or if you are starting over, just kind of give some tips and advice and different things like that. So if we don't get a good amount of viewers in, I will just go on and on about that. Dealing with a migraine and making growth oils. Oh no, I hate migraines. I get them pretty bad. And I notice if I don't like really, hey Letty, thank you. Um, if I don't eat enough greens and have a good amount of magnesium in my diet, I really can like be paralyzed from my migraine. Thank you so much, girl. You know, this is nerve wracking. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna look for you to go live soon. We should do an interactive live one day. Um, anyway, let's talk about migraines. Yeah. I've had migraines to the point where I felt like I was paralyzed. Like I couldn't like move my like lower body. So I know how that can be. And then when you have something to do and you got to keep pushing on, it's not fun. But try adding more magnesium to your diet. You can get magnesium from like leafy green vegetables. Um, and what else was I going to say? I said something else. Magnesium and okay, okay, good. That should help. Um, if you're doing a multivitamin, a whole food multivitamin, like one that the nutrients come from actual food instead of just the synthetic stuff that they make, helps. And I'm not the expert on this. My other half, he can go on and on about this for all day, but if you want more information about that, let me know and I can definitely send you some things. But I haven't had like a really terrible one in several months now, which I'm very grateful for. But when I get them, they have me totally down and out. Like it could be a wrap for the whole weekend if it happens on a Friday. Um, but yeah, thank you all so much for joining. So I'm not just here just talking to myself. You guys let me know if you have something y'all want to discuss or any questions you'd like me to answer live. I'm pretty much open. I was just going to kind of freestyle. For me, it was lack of nutrients, Letty. It was, I noticed once I added more leafy green vegetables and added magnesium, then I was able to like overcome that. If I wasn't getting everything I needed in my diet, that's why I would get them. And then back when I was pregnant with my last two, my two girls, I would get them frequently, but I think that would just be because of pregnancy. You get a lot of headaches and then probably lack of nutrients then at that time. So, um, allergies, not so much. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely send you information. My fiance he actually does like naturopathic health consultations. He has a channel on here as well. It is called Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. And he can definitely, if you're dealing with like a certain specific ailment, I mean, anything from asthma to cancer to eczema, like he's really good with that stuff. And so that's where I get a lot of my information on things from. But definitely, I can send you something regarding migraines and a good diet to kind of combat that. Thank you. Okay, so this is a 6-day wash and go. I already told y'all how I feel about wash and goes. Like I don't I have I've love-hate relationship with wash and goes, but I used some new products this past wash day. Well, this was a week ago. Um, this past wash day, I used new products and everything from shampoo to the deep conditioner to the styler. I only use 3 products, and then I always use Jamaican black castor oil. Or for the most part, I'll use Jamaican black castor oil. Um, and my wash and go was fluffy. No problem. My wash and go is fluffy, bouncy. It wasn't hard and crunchy. Um, what else? I mean, every single product, like it went perfectly with my hair. I'm going to probably drop the information. Hey, Uniquely Ray. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome to my first live. Let me know if you have any questions. Um, so yeah, my hair came out fluffy. I was a little worried because when I was applying the styler to my hair, I was seeing a lot of frizz, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to turn out. And I ended up doing it at night, and you know how that goes. Like your hair doesn't dry fully overnight, or at night, and so I had to sleep on it overnight. And I woke up the next day. I took off my little nylon scarf, and it just fell into place perfectly. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And it was just so fluffy because I like the like fluffy wash and go. I don't like a hard crunch. I don't like, the super sleek gel. Like it's nice, but I want my volume there. My hair gets pretty big and I want to see all the volume, and I wanted to bounce and move with me and all of that. So this combination worked out perfectly. And it was just from one line. The video is going to drop this week, probably on Friday. You guys, if you are following my channel and you have your notifications on, you'll see when it drops. And I will have a link for the brand that I got it from. But yes, I have a newfound love as far as products goes. Um, Ali D, yes, it took me a minute too. I just started really doing wash and goes last year. Yeah, I've been natural for years, since 2005. And so like I used to try to do them back then, and I just concluded that a wash and go wasn't something that my hair did. Like I couldn't get all my curls defined, and I just kind of left that alone. I think like once or twice I tried to do it with like Eco Styler gel, and I don't know. I saw, some curl definition or whatever, and it just it didn't dry cute. It dried like a fro, and I was just like, this is not working. And so I left that alone back in like 2009. I was just like, whatever, I stick to my twist outs. I love braid outs. I'm team braid out all day because I get my stretch and lots of definition. And I can do those pretty quickly. So that's what I prefer to do. And then, my hair doesn't get as tangled and matted at the ends when I do those styles. Stretch styles are my go-to. And you guys, if you do not know, Ali D has a hair care line called Lavishly Naturals. Let me give her a shout out. Her tropical twist pudding is bomb.com. And it's all natural ingredients. I did my coils. If you guys seen the coil out video, I did my coils with that. And it was perfect. It was perfection. So you guys definitely make sure you check her out. She is Lavishly Naturals on Instagram. And Ali D, if you want to like drop your IG link or something in there for the people who are watching with us right now, definitely go ahead and do that. But she did an amazing twisting pudding. I haven't done a twist yet, but I did it with some finger coils, and that was the ticket right there. Lay said, my best wash and go, I use 3 products and I dried it in front of a regular house fan. Was the house fan on high? How did you in an hour? Oh, okay. 3 products. What 3 products did you use? I need to know about that. I like air drying. I like using the overhead dryer. Um, but the last couple of times, I think I kind of had it on, like, my overhead dryer does high and low heat. And then it's really not that low. And so I get a lot of heat right here in the crown, and I already been having issues with my crown area being dry. So I'm not going to use the overhead dryer as much as I used to, as far as, drying, wash and goes and things like that go. I've been air drying for as long as I can remember. I do have a house fan though. So maybe that might be an option. And I tried doing the diffuser, and the diffuser was just kind of like frizzing up my hair. So I think the wash and go that I did, I'm dropping the video this week. I air dried it with a diffuser, and I just noticed it got more and more frizzy as I went on. And I was like, okay, I do not like using diffuser. But air drying usually works great. The overhead dryer works great. It's just it's a little too much heat for the top of my hair, and I feel like it dries my hair out faster. Like I lose all that moisture that I put in during the week from wash day. I lose a lot of it faster, especially up here. So I'm going to um, stick to using the air dry method, even if it takes a long time. I just try to do it, at the beginning of the day versus late at night. But that's interesting. I'm gonna try the house fan. Letty, what products did you use? Mm-mm. Hey Tracy, if you want to join over on the YouTube, because I'm probably gonna shut down that IG live because the YouTube is popping right now. Um, but if you want to shoot on over there, and I can send you the link. I'm probably gonna close this out so I can just pay attention to one. Okay, so I can just pay attention to one stream at a time because this is, my first time doing this. Okay, awesome. I'll send you the link. Okay, Camille Rose Curl Enhancer, T-Gen Moisturizing Gel, Leave-In Conditioner. Once dry, I put some oil still in Camille Rose Curl Enhancer. Okay, I have yet to try Camille Rose. Um, it's just really expensive. And I like every time I see Camille Rose in the store, I'm like, oh, I know people rave about like the curl, what is it? The curl maker. And I see that $22 price tag, and I'm just like, I can't do it today. But I did hear some people say, like Sally's always has those sales. You can probably catch them on sale and get a couple dollars off. But I've yet to try Camille Rose yet. But yeah, send me the video so I can see what you're talking about with this house fan. Most naturals get excessive dryness in our crown, primarily because we sleep more on our backs and the moisture absorbs in the pillowcase, or the headrest. Yes. So recently, because of the whole headrest thing, I have a satin pillowcase, and I like to DIY a bunch of stuff. So I've DIY'd a satin pillowcase, my head wraps, and then I DIY'd one of those. It's like a cap, almost like what is it called? Like those snow caps. I satin lined it so that when I'm in the car, all of this is protected. Another thing that I realized that I've been doing that I'm going to have to make sure I stop. Yes, thank you, Ali. Yeah, those prices they've getting a little crazy. That's why I just didn't buy any new products for years. Like I just stuck with the same couple of products until like last year. I decided to start trying new things out. But I feel like sometimes they are trying to take advantage of the natural hair community. Or, maybe they are maybe not taking advantage, but, you know. Okay. Yeah, send it to my IG. Maybe they are intentionally, but they see the market and the opportunity and they're like, well, they're going to pay for, amazing looking hair. So we're going to price it as we see fit. I mean, if you have quality products and, you work hard and your branding and your packaging and everything is nice, I can see because you do have to make a profit, but some of these are just like ridiculous. What was I gonna say about the crown area? Oh, so one thing I had started doing, or I have been doing when I have my wash day is that the water is pretty warm and like it's all the way up sometimes, and I do my entire wash day with the water super warm, and I stopped sealing, like rinsing with the cold water, and I realized that um or I learned, I've been watching a couple of different things that sealing with cold water doesn't completely seal your cuticle because once your hair is wet and yeah, retail markup, saturated with water, it's not the cuticle doesn't completely close. And so I this last wash day I did the cold water rinse at the end just to kind of keep that moisture, so to speak, in the conditioner that I was rinsing out. Still keep a little bit of it in there, and I noticed that my scalp actually still felt moisturized a lot longer than it had been in past wash days. So, in the beginning of my wash day, I'm going to continue to, rinse my hair with the hot water because that helps to clear out a lot of product buildup before I do shampoo or whatever I'm using to clarify. But at the end, I am going to be rinsing my hair with not cold water, but cooler water because I realize I'm in the shower, the hot water is hitting the back of my head, and then the steam is going and it's just sucking up all of that moisture in my crown area. So that was a big no no for me because I'm like, why is this happening? And it's not, there's no dandruff happening there. Like I could do, the fingernail test and nothing's coming up. So I'm like, why is it so dry? But there's been a couple of different things that I noticed. So I've been changing up a few things in my routine, just to see if I can help with that. And so I'll keep you guys updated on that as well. Um, I was gonna say something regarding products and like the natural hair brands or curly hair care product brands taking advantage. Now, when this whole issue, yeah, that I used to do that and I stopped. You know how you watch videos and you like hear something and you're like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't." I got it, Letty. Thank you. Maybe I should try that. And I tried it out, not cold water rinsing, and I feel like I need to keep I need to get back to doing that because my scalp was feeling like extra parched. So, I said, let me not do that anymore. And I'm going to send Tracy the link so she can come on over here because she was in IG waiting and I had to close that out. Mm, let's see. Ali, were you relaxed as a kid? I think I'm still saying it wrong. Ali. Were you relaxed as a kid? I know a lot of us were either relaxed. Some of us were relaxed by force, some by choice. Um, I know when I had my first relaxer, I was 8. I was in the third grade, And it was just kind of like, oh, do you want to try this? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so we just started relaxing my hair. But it was never like something that was forced on me. And the way people around me responded, like even my teachers, it was like the best thing in the world. And so from that point on till I was 21, I kept, getting relaxers. Okay. Okay. Oh no, it was fried. What? From a relaxer? What do you mean fried? Oh no, that sounds really bad. I, I it, ever since like third grade, I remember the day I came back to school with my relaxed hair. My teacher called me beautiful. She was like, "Oh, beautiful!" Like my name just changed from um, Latoya, and my first name is Latoya. My middle name is Cherie, so I've been going by Cherie for I don't know some time, but it changed from my first name to beautiful, and just that was like it. Like straight hair was the best thing for whatever reason. Um, and it was cool because I could see my hair lengthen. My hair was very long when I was younger, but I didn't really start to think about something being wrong with it until I got into college. And then when I went to school in Miami, and a lot of people that I went to school with were from the Caribbean, and they rocked their curly hair, and it was beautiful. And I was just like, I can do this. And then my two of my best friends had went natural, and I looked at them like they had three heads. I was like, what are y'all doing? Why you cut your hair off? What's going on? And they were just, you know, it was the start. It was like 2002, and it was like the start of the natural hair movement, which sounds kind of crazy, but um, they did it. And then after a while, I started researching, and then I just kind of, I guess, being down there, I would see everybody with rocking their own naturally curly hair, and I was really curious. And my hair didn't seem like it was growing, which we all know at this point isn't the case. Like your hair is always growing, but I wasn't retaining any length. My hair was just stayed at my shoulders. And so I started researching. I started reading books about, black hair, the science behind black hair, and all of this stuff. Because I was like, how can I get my hair to grow long? My mom used that Hawaiian silky, and that junk left so many scars on my scalp. And it burned while washing out. Yeah. Yeah. I had dandruff so bad. My scalp would burn up, and I could just scratch my hair in class, and like the flakes would fall on my desk. Like it was bad. I would get burned every time I would get burned. There's no way. And they're like, oh, don't scratch before you get your relaxer. There's no way. It was always itching. When you're putting those kind of chemicals on your scalp, there's no way you can sit there and itch and not want to scratch. That's crazy. It was either relaxed or shaved completely like a boy. I started my journey end of 2016. Oh, wow. I can't imagine being shaved. I've never been that short. The shortest I went, and that's when I did my big chop, was like an inch and a half of hair. I used just for me perm. And I used to take all the little tapes, the little instructional tapes, and I would record over them like songs from the radio. I had like a whole collection of tapes from every time I got my hair permed. And I think when I got older, I think we moved to like Motions brand of relaxer. You guys, give me a second. I'm just sharing this link elsewhere. I know there's some people who wanted to join in. Okay. So I feel really, really bad for the women that have experienced the hair loss and the damage from this whole diva curl situation. Um, and Letty was just in here. She told me about her experience, and I think she's gonna do a video later on what happened with her hair. But she used diva curl. I think she was using like Super Curl and one of the No Poo products. And she said her hair started drying up and balling up at the end. And right when I dropped my video, I had talked to her and she told me that she had been using them. And I let her know what was going on. So she's, since stopped using it, of course. She said she had to go get a treatment at the salon to kind of help nurse her hair back to health. But I'm glad that she stopped using that and that she didn't experience more damage like so many of these other women had. And you guys, I was watching ever since that happened, all these Diva Curl videos come up in my feed as suggestions. And I saw one young lady, she went to the salon to get the whole Diva cut, which I'm a big fan of, like the way they cut curly hair. But she went to the salon to get her first diva cut. She has beautiful hair, ringlets, probably like the same pattern as mine. And she had recorded it. And so she has footage of going to the salon, getting her hair done by the Devashon stylist or what have you. And when they put after they've shampooed and conditioned and applied the styler, looking at her hair, it looks like they slipped a texturizer in it. And so she didn't come out about, her experience or her damage until after all these accounts of issues happening came up. But she did a video and she shows you before, what her curly hair usually looks like. And you see all these pictures and she shows you the footage of her in the salon. This is one visit. Her hair looks texturized. Like, I'm like, either the products are like faulty and have some extra stuff in it, or this lady that did her hair snuck some texturizer in there doing her deep condition. I don't know what's going on, but look totally different from how her hair would typically look during a wash and go. And I was like, okay, if this isn't proof right here that there's something else in their products that we shouldn't be using on our hair, I don't know what is. So that was really crazy to me. I am thankful that I was too broke to purchase Diva Girl products and I didn't have any experience with that because that's crazy. But I do think this is a really good opportunity for those brands who are catering towards curly hair. Like, this is where you can get on and get in. Because a lot of these women don't know what to use on their hair now. And they're like, oh my gosh, what do I use? What are you using to replace this and that? Like, there are tons of brands out now. I don't know how you would have hardest time finding anything to maintain your curly hair, but I guess because that's what they had been using for years and years and years, they are just like at a loss of where to go and what to do. And a lot of people kind of laughed and, turned their nose up at Shea Moisture a few years back when they had that whole issue where they had an ad and like you didn't see any melanated people in the ad. It was like looking kind of crazy. But all those people who saw Shea Moisture, that Shea Moisture ad, all those non-melanated people remember them now. And so when you go in that group where all the women are trying to figure out, how to recover after the whole Diva Curl thing. A lot of them are like, oh, I use Shea Moisture, try Shea Moisture, and they're bringing that name up. So Shea Moisture was really smart when they decided to expand and kind of gear their products towards all hair types. That was genius. Their marketing team, whoever thought of that when they sold half of their company or part of the company, whatever they did, that was really, really smart. And so now these people who no longer want to use Diva Curl, they have somewhere to go, and or they have, in the back of their mind, Shea Moisture. Let me try that. This works. Blah blah blah. So, um, other brands, I would highly, highly advise to gear your products towards several hair types, because the market is open now, and I feel like a lot of things are going to change as far as the natural hair community and like the products and the different brands that are out, because of this situation. And I think a lot of people are going to lean more towards DIYs and probably smaller brands that they can sit there and count and read every specific ingredient that's in the product. Um, I know for myself, I still like to do like every other wash day some of my own like things in the kitchen and DIY my own stuff. Um, when I did my 30-day like all natural hair care challenge, I felt like my hair felt the best and the healthiest it had in a very long time. So for 30 days, and I know a couple of you guys weren't following me when I did this, but for 30 days, I my wash day consisted of only products that I made in my kitchen. So my shampoo, my deep conditioning treatment, my leave-in conditioner, and my styler. I just made stuff in my kitchen and used that to do my hair. And my hair was shiny, it had volume, it wasn't dried out, like it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like really worked for me. So a lot of people are going to be looking towards that. And if you have like brands that are independent and you're geared towards organic ingredients or all natural ingredients, then you may be at an advantage. So I would definitely, if you're in this market, gear towards those who are looking for new products. I feel like you can use some of the same things that you use on your skin, you can also use on your hair. Like, I don't know if I would use lotion on my hair, but I feel like a lot of the same lotions or same oils and things that we use and butters that we can use on our skin, you can also put them on. Like, I'll do almond oil on my skin just for moisturize. I don't use lotions anymore, like over the counter store bought lotions. I use that on my skin, and it also works just as well on my hair. So I feel like a safe rule of thumb is like, if you wouldn't put it on your skin, don't put it on your hair, and vice versa. Brand was created for my daughters and myself. One daughter has 3C, one is combo 4A, 4B. My middle daughter and I are 4C, so I geared towards 3B, 4C. Okay, cool. I mean, that makes the most sense. I have a daughter who is 3B, 3C, and she has fine strands. And this was something that my youngest daughter, was totally unfamiliar with. And so I have to like use really, really light products on her hair, and her hair gets super frizzy and fuzzy like really quick. Like, I just literally the other day just figured out what to do to detangle her hair because I was trying to detangle it while it was wet and it would just mat up even further. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And she does not like to get her hair combed, but that's an excellent way to target. I mean, for the most part, we really need things that focus on what our needs are. For number one, I have used body wash and bar countless times on it. And I don't see anything wrong with that, Tracy. If you use body wash, like I've thought, like, I could probably use this body wash as shampoo and bar soap. I never used bar soap. I've used African black soap, like in the bar. And I remember when I was in college, I would get the dollar store, um, popular dollar store shampoos and conditioners like VO5, and that stuff worked just fine. Like I didn't have issues with that. I think you can use dollar store products, but for like longevity in your style and moisture, they're not the best thing. So that's where I would just kind of be mindful of. So you're going to have to continuously apply product, which is probably how they make their money because you're using so much product that you have to buy more of it. And even though it's $1, it's in the long run, it's better for the health of your hair if you use a quality product. 3A, 3C is easily tangled. My daughter combs a section out 5 minutes later, back matted and the curler tangled. Yeah, yeah. I discovered the other day, I don't know what made me think about it, but I was getting ready to refresh her hair because I had just washed it, but I needed it to look neat because it looks super fuzzy like after 3 days. So I wanted it to look neat, so I was gonna do braids, and I didn't want to completely like re-wet her hair. And so I took a boar bristle brush, and after I took out, like, I think it was either twisted, it was probably twisted. I brushed her hair starting from the tips going up to the roots, and it detangled so easily. I sprayed a little spritz of water. It detangled so easily, and I was like, "This is what I've needed to do." She's only like 18 months old, but all this time, this is what I needed to do to actually get her hair detangled. So I am so glad I figured that out because I didn't want to sit there and struggle with her on wash day. She hasn't really been, she's been in like a few videos, but not like a real wash day video because she does not play ball. She is not about that life. My second oldest daughter, she just turned 3. She's used to it by now. I've been doing her hair since, you know, she was old enough to have her hair done. And I sit and twist it or braid it up and refresh it maybe like once a week, because our hair is very soft as well, or very fine, and it will get fuzzy after about a week or so. She's used to me doing that. She has some 3C, but she has all the way up to like a 4B texture, and her coils get really really tightly coiled. But her hair is super long. Like, it's just because I don't manipulate it that often and I leave it in braids or twists throughout the week. It's all the way at her waist now. So now I'm gonna have to call for reinforcements in a few years because these two girls have hair out of control, and I have to do my hair too. But yeah, I know that retangling 5 minutes later. Once I detangle a section, I'm putting it either in a quick twist or something so that it does not tangle up again. Because I I do not have time to go back and start over. Mhm. Yeah, waist length. I'm like, oh my gosh. And she has really, a decent amount of shrinkage. So when whenever I do have it out, like it doesn't look that long. But when like I stretched it the other day and I'm like, oh my gosh, your hair goes all the way down to your waist. She's only 3. So her hair is pretty thick, but it's not, I don't think it's as thick as mine gets yet, but the volume can get there. But yep, I just keep her hair braided and twisted. Very rarely does she have like a loose, like twist out or braid out because it doesn't last very long. And I don't put like heavy stylers in her hair. Like I don't do gel on her hair. I might do like a custard or something like a pudding, but nothing with like a lot of hold. I don't think she needs that much hold. If I can get it with like a twisting pudding or something, then that's good for me. All right, so we are just in here. It has been 45 minutes, y'all. All right, you guys. So I am going to end this live. I said I was going to do 30 minutes. It has been about 50 minutes now. So what I plan to do going forward is to go live at least once a week. I wanted to try to do both YouTube and Instagram, but it's easier for me to do YouTube. I may like drop in on Instagram like midweek and then on Sundays do like a um straight YouTube aloe vera and avocado water. Um I have tried as far as what like deep conditioner or pre-poo or let me know what you mean for that. I love avocado. Um I do deep conditioning treatments with avocado. Aloe vera I've used as a pre-poo. Um and I did like how it worked on myself. I have not used it on my girls yet. I haven't tested it out because I wanted to like, make sure I wasn't messing up anything and using myself as the guinea pig first before I put anything like that on the hair. But I would definitely try that. And how do you do the avocado water is what I'm trying to figure out in my head. But let me know or send it to me on IG to detangle like a hair spritzer. No. Um yeah, I haven't tried any of those on their hair yet. So I will. I think the most like adventurous thing I've done on their hair is like a bentonite clay mask and the apple cider vinegar rinse before like I wash their hair. But that's something I could definitely try out. I've never put those two together. I love avocado though. Do you use avocado oil with the aloe vera? Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here because it's going on an hour, and I only meant to do like half an hour. But it was really, really fun chatting with everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I didn't expect too many people to join in, so it was nice to be able to have some people to interface with while I was on. Thank you so much for being here for my first live. I look forward to doing this again throughout the week, probably on IG, and then definitely looking forward to doing this regularly on Sundays. Um, Definitely leave me your thoughts, your comments, suggestions for future videos down in the comments. And until I see you all again, don't forget to live out loud on your truth and let your light shine. Bye.